Think you've been stretching your hamstrings the right way? What if I told you that your favorite forward fold stretch, the one you swear loosens your back, might actually be the reason it stays tight? Most people bend down, reach for their toes, and think, yeah, I'm getting a good stretch. But in reality, they're just hanging from their spine like a broken bridge. Here's the truth. Your body isn't designed to fold from your back. It's designed to fold from your hips. The difference seems small until years later when your lower back starts whispering, "Hey, remember me?" So let's find out what's really happening when you fold forward. Picture this. You bend down fast, your knees locked, your spine curved like a question mark. You're not stretching your hamstrings. You're just dumping all your weight into your lower back. That's why, instead of feeling open and relaxed after the stretch, you often feel stiff again a few hours later. The body's smart. It remembers bad patterns, and it keeps repeating them until you teach it a better one. Now, here's the wild part. The proper forward fold isn't about how close you can get to your toes. It's about how deeply you can connect with your hips. It's less about reaching down and more about hinging forward. Most people never learn that difference, and that's why they never improve their flexibility, no matter how much they stretch. Before I show you the right way, let's fix the biggest mistake first, rounding your spine. When your back curves, your spine carries all the tension that your hamstring should be feeling. Think of your spine like the tower of a crane. If the tower bends, the whole machine loses power. But when it stays tall and aligned, everything below works efficiently. So next time you fold, ask yourself, am I hinging or am I collapsing? Hold that thought, because in a moment, we're going to rebuild your forward fold from the ground up, starting with your feet, your breath, and the exact way your hips should move to unlock that deep, tension-free stretch you've been chasing. All right, start from the ground. Take off your shoes. Feel the floor. Most people skip this part, but your feet are your foundation. They tell your body how to move. Spread your toes slightly. Balance your weight evenly between your heels and the balls of your feet. If your weight leans too far forward, your body panics and your hamstrings tighten to protect you. So first lesson, stability before flexibility. Now, take a slow breath in. As you exhale, imagine your spine growing longer, not bending yet, just elongating. Here's where everything starts to change. Instead of diving down, push your hips backward, like you're trying to close a car door behind you with your hips. That's the hinge. That's the movement most people never learn. It's small, subtle, and powerful. Notice what happens when you do that. The stretch travels instantly down your hamstrings instead of your lower back. That's your body saying, yes, this is the line we were meant to follow. Keep your spine straight, chest open, and core lightly engaged. Think of your core as the cables of a suspension bridge. It holds everything steady while your hips do the work. Now here's a common trap, your knees. If you lock them, your pelvis freezes and the hinge dies. So keep a micro bend, just enough to keep your joints soft and your movement alive. This isn't cheating, it's smart mechanics. You're creating space for your hips to rotate freely. Try this little test. Place your hands on your hip bones, take a deep breath, and slowly hinge forward. Feel those bones tilt down toward the floor? That's the key. If your hips aren't moving, you're not stretching the right muscles. But if you feel that hinge, that smooth fold, you're unlocking the real forward fold, the one that heals instead of hurts. At this point, your back should still be flat, your head in line with your spine, your gaze down at the floor, not craning up, not hanging down. Every inch of your body should feel connected, like one continuous piece instead of scattered parts. That's proper alignment. That's where strength meets flexibility. Now pause there. Breathe deeply into your hamstrings. Notice how the stretch feels more alive, more focused, not painful, just deep and honest. That's what correct form feels like. Your body should never scream, it should whisper, "This is progress." Because the forward fold isn't about how far you can reach. It's about how well you can maintain control while moving deeper. The farther your hips travel back, the more your hamstrings lengthen naturally. And here's the beautiful part. You don't even need to touch your toes for this to work. In fact, if you chase the floor, you'll lose the form. But if you chase the hinge, the floor comes closer on its own. Hold that position. Breathe. Feel every muscle line up in harmony. Because next, we'll refine this even more. Small adjustments that separate a beginner stretch from an expert one, and a flexible body from a truly mobile one. Alright, now we're stepping into mastery, the kind of control that separates movement from flow. You've learned how to hinge, how to align, how to breathe. Now it's time to integrate all of that into a stretch that feels effortless, powerful, and alive. Here's where most people miss the magic. They think a forward fold is static. But the truth is, the body loves movement. So instead of holding still, start adding gentle pulses, not bounces, not jerks, just slow, rhythmic micro-movements from the hips. As you inhale, rise slightly. As you exhale, hinge a little deeper. This controlled motion wakes up your fascia, the web of connective tissue that holds everything together. It's like oiling the joints of a machine that's been stuck for too long. Now here's the advanced tweak. Engage your core while folding. Sounds strange, right? But your core is the guardian of your spine. Imagine drawing your navel slightly toward your spine as you hinge forward. That small engagement stabilizes your pelvis and allows your hamstrings to lengthen safely. Without it, you're just stretching recklessly. With it, you're building strength through flexibility. That's the ultimate balance. Another small but powerful cue. Think of sending your tailbone up instead of your chest down. That one change flips the entire dynamic of the stretch. You stop chasing the floor and start lengthening from within. Your upper body follows naturally, like a sail catching the wind. Now, let's bring in the breath as your guide. Deep inhale. Imagine space opening through your spine. Exhale, sink from your hips, not your shoulders. Feel the difference? Each breath becomes an instruction. Each exhale, a signal that it's safe to go deeper. That's how your nervous system learns to release tension. Through calm, consistent repetition. If you want to test your alignment, here's a challenge. Place a broomstick or yoga block along your back. It should touch 3 points: your head, upper back, and tailbone. If one of them lifts off, you're rounding or losing control. Fix it. Stay aware. This kind of precision is what transforms a casual stretch into a craft. Now here's the final refinement: the neck. Most people drop it, letting the head hang like a weight. Instead, imagine your neck as an extension of your spine. Keep it long and neutral. Gaze slightly down. That simple correction keeps your nervous system calm and your spine integrated. At this level, your forward fold stops being just a stretch. It becomes a meditation. You're not fighting your body anymore. You're working with it. You're moving in harmony, building flexibility from trust, not tension. Now slowly rise up, stacking each vertebra again. Don't rush. Feel the strength returning to your core, the calm in your breath. That's the reward: clarity, balance, awareness. Here's your challenge. Right after this, try 10 slow, flawless forward folds. Don't count reps by movement. Count them by control. Each one should feel smoother, deeper, cleaner than the last. Because when you master form, your body transforms. Every muscle starts to listen. Every movement starts to mean something. And that's how you turn a simple stretch into a statement of strength, focus, and discipline. Now take a moment. Stand tall. Close your eyes if you want to. Feel your body. Really feel it. The warmth in your legs, the lightness in your lower back, the quiet rhythm of your breath. That's your reward for doing it right. Not pain, not strain, just presence. Most people rush through stretches like chores, chasing the floor, chasing results. But you just learned what most never do. That progress comes from awareness. You didn't just stretch your hamstrings. You reprogrammed how your body moves. You built a new pattern, one rooted in control, alignment, and patience. That's mastery. Let's seal it in. The correct forward fold begins from your feet, balanced, grounded, steady. The hinge happens at the hips, not the spine. The knees stay soft, the core stays active, the spine stays long. Every breath lengthens, not collapses. Every exhale releases, not forces. Remember this: the goal isn't to touch your toes. It's to move with integrity. Because when form becomes your focus, flexibility becomes the byproduct. You stop fighting your body. and start unlocking it. Now, here's your challenge. Right after this video, find a quiet space.